Good morning, friends. This is the last of our new information for science, and then we are just studying for our test on the 24th. So I have my science notebook where all of our notes are in and glued to and written in. At the top of my page, I'm going to label this page Weathering I am using a pencil today because I don't trust my picture. And erosion. Okay. There is a couple of questions about this on your test. And if you study this page and know the 3 things that we're writing on it, you'll do great. Okay? I don't try to trick you with our test. Our test is literally right from our notes. Okay? Literally right from our notes. So study your notes. And I will be sending home a study guide to help you as well. Okay? So the first part, well, first I want to review. Remember that weathering is when the precipitation breaks rocks apart. Erosion is when rocks travel from one place to another. And then I don't think that the videos kind of talked about deposition. But that is where the rocks are dropped to new areas and new landforms are made. So that would be like, the easiest example would be from a mountain because it's up high. So if rocks are falling down from the mountain, then smaller hills are formed because the rocks got deposited in a different area and they started to build up. So hills formed. That would be a new landform. Okay? So we're going to start by drawing a hill on our paper, and it's going to kind of start here-ish. Okay? So our hill's going to go over a little bit, and then we want to hill it down, and then it's going to flatten out a smidge, and then it's going to go down again. Okay, oh, can't see all of it. Let me make my projector taller. All right, whoops. So here's my hill. Okay. On the top of my hill, I have a rain cloud that is precipitating down. Okay, so we're going to draw some raindrops. And when we're done, if you have time and if you want to, you can color this picture too. And I don't know how to draw a lightning bolt, but lightning bolt. Okay? It's thundering. I want my raindrops to actually come all the way down to right here. Okay. So on the top of this hill, we also have some rock formations that are being cut in half by the rain, actually. So I thought that my picture might make a little bit more sense to you if it was colored. So I went ahead and I colored my clouds blue, and I colored my rocks up at the top of my hill brown, and then I'm just going to color my slope down, my line going down brown real quick. Okay, so coming from these two, because this precipitation has split our rocks into 2, that is causing, because the water is collecting, remember, that is causing a river to form, and it's a wiggly river, and it's going like this. And it's a wiggly river, and it's going like this. Okay? So here is my river. That is being formed from the water collecting on the earth. Okay? But what is happening to the rock pieces that it is cutting down the center. Okay, one, they're getting cut in half. But remember, weathering is being broken into smaller pieces. So yes, it was cut in half, and those two are smaller than if it were together. There's also, I'll show that this is going down with little darker lines. But there's also rock pieces that are getting carried down this river with the water. So these brown spots are rock pieces that are coming off of this big rock structure at the top of my hill, and they float all the way down this river until they hit a bigger body of water. Okay, so this is a bigger body of water. Maybe it's a lake. Okay, and these rocks get deposited into the lake. Try to make this a little bit darker so you can see it. All right. So make sure that you have a larger body of water. My hill went a smidge too far too. There. This water should be connected with no hill in between. Okay. So far you have a rain cloud. It's watering down. You have a rock formation that is broken in half. We have a river coming down the hill with pieces of this rock formation, and it empties into a larger body of water. Okay? Just up from that larger body of water, we have a tree. Okay? Because trees and plants play a part in our water cycle too, remember? I need to sharpen my colored pencils, apparently. That's a really small afro for a great big stump. Anyway, there's my tree. Okay? So, our rock pieces are not only coming down in the water, they're also rolling down the hill. So we want to draw pieces of our rock rolling down our hill. They're also rolling down our hill. They're not floating down our hill, so we want to make sure that they are touching. And it's getting stopped at this tree. It's getting stopped at the tree. The rock is not magical and go through the tree. It's getting stopped at the tree. So then this is grass, and I'm just real quick going to use some green to color on both sides just to show that this is grass. Okay. And then we're going to start labeling our picture. So if you need to pause the video here to finish your drawings, that is fine. Continue it when you're ready to add the labels. Again, you're going to want to study the labels that we add to this picture for your test. They will be on there. Okay. Okay. Now we're labeling. Okay. So we're going to, weathering happens when the rain breaks rocks into smaller parts. So up at the top, we're going to label weathering. Okay, weathering. Again, you can pause the video anytime you need me to slow down. The joys of having a video lesson. Rocks break apart into smaller pieces. This is what weathering is. Weathering is rocks breaking apart into smaller pieces. Then we have erosion. Erosion takes rocks from one place to another. So weathering, if you want to add arrows, okay? Rocks breaking apart into smaller pieces. This is weathering. Erosion is taking rocks from one place to another. This is erosion. Okay. Then we have deposition. Which is rocks are dropped. What is on the other side of this? Oh. Drops to new areas. Rocks are dropped to new areas, but that's not the only important thing. The other important thing is that new land forms are made. And you know what, friends? I made a mistake. So I'm going to erase this arrow. That's not erosion. So this is the weathering. The erosion is this part in here, where the water is taking the rocks to different places. Deposition is right here, where the rocks are rolling down the hill. Okay, so erosion is in the river. Weathering is up top right here. In our picture, you don't have to draw the arrows, okay? But these are we made this little dot we call a bullet point. And these bullet points are the definition of these words. And you're going to be asked to match the definition with the word, I'm pretty sure. So you're going to want to know the definition and the word, what it means, okay? So I'll move this here so you can pause it, finish your picture if you need to, color it if you need to, want to. I think that it helps make a little bit more sense of the picture, but make sure you have these labels on there and use this to study for your test.